Let me take a look at their comp. I think they're running Firebrand, Scourge, Reaper, Soul Beast, and Mesmer. So intended gameplay is running a Mesmer here, and I think we saw the one other team that did this fractal, which was Stuck in the Mists, right? They ran a Mesmer as well, and the Mesmer was able to be incredibly mobile and do a lot of skips with them. So I think Stuck with Lars is probably going to have the Thief do that. As you can see, a Thief is running up the stairs right now and porting his team. He'll probably end up doing most of the mobility skips in this fractal. As you can see, he's already going forward.
Actually doing two. Oh, they already actually passed the gate, so it's already up there as well, and getting the teleportation done. Very well done. It seems like Untitled Gameplay having a bit of a small issue here actually with their team trying to finish up this first league, and they actually do have possibly to GG if they have to at this phase.
Oh, it looks like we GG'd a little bit earlier. I think Stuck with Lars is significantly ahead right now. Yeah, the Thief just crossed the tripwire. I actually missed the part where they were killing the ads, but it looked like with how quickly they did it. Oh, here's the part where it really matters. It's a shame we don't have the POV of someone on the stack, but I think even on the deep POV, you can see that the ads are kind of dying one at a time instead of all together. Oh man, look how far ahead this Thief is. He is just pre-setting up every portal.
Yeah. I'm trying to get Cetic's point of view, but it's actually a very laggy stream from his end. Go to the...
Yeah. I think we could just go back to the Thief. But you could see, oh yeah, from the Guardian. You can see that the chest seal is at, around 25%, even just off the first two groups of ads. So they killed the seal in about two groups of ads, right? Whereas most of your pugs or statics probably take anywhere from 4 to 5 to 6 groups of ads to actually kill the seal all the way.
They're actually just about done here. As soon as they break this, they should be clear to the Arch
someone... Okay, the Guardian downed on Stuck with Lars, but that's okay.
Yeah, I mean, there was a good rally. So as soon as they're done, like, look at the portal speed that they get that up to. And imagine just getting into the room now immediately. So almost should be getting this in like what, about like 1 more minute, maybe minute and 15 seconds at most for them.
Yeah.
Really, you can see
Stuck with Lars is on the boss at 2:30, and Intended Gameplay is still working through that last seal before the double seals. So
yeah, I think a little bit of an issue. Yeah.
Easily a minute ahead right now.
Well, they are going to just before they even get towards the final boss, so a little unfortunate on there. And yeah, they had a bit of a struggle there on the chest piece of the map, and just not able to quickly cleave the ads and trying to time the hammer as well. And it seemed to be having quite an issue trying to just move advancing into this map. So as you can see, the Mesmer taking...
Yeah, we saw that Mesmer just fell off the ramp there. That's
yeah, a little bit.
Must be the nerves getting to him. Yeah, that's really unfortunate.
Actually, going to Stuck with Lars actually should be clearing this soon.
Yep. You can see that Stuck with Lars is breaking the bars really efficiently and just powering through. Look at that fast break bar, just instant breaks. Even at 6%, they just break it because they know they can. It's really impressive. And they're done at 3:37.
Very good, actually. Actually, just about a minute from when they entered. 2:37, I believe was when they entered. So 3:37, not bad of a run here. Seems like Intended Gameplay is just finally maybe getting through it now. Actually, they're still receiving a bit of a struggle here. It's not working out for them. It seems to be something off on their gameplay right now, and it's just not allowing them to properly cleave the ads and also get rid of the seals here.
The hammer, once again, it has as you hold it, it stacks up to 40 charges, and once you start hitting 20-30 charges, you get conditions put on you. I think vulnerability starts stacking up first, and I think maybe at some point it cripples you. or at the very least, it reduces your move speed by more and more. So you have to pass that hammer off efficiently, and you need to have like a game plan for that. I think Stuck with Lars was so fast that one person could pick up the hammer with 0 stacks at the beginning of this part, and get both seals done before that person reached a critical number of stacks. So that's like the goal in any fast static, right? I think Intended Gameplay had a little error there, so they unfortunately had to drop the hammer and reset it halfway through.
It just messes them up, I think. It's also, I think, like getting too nervous that it's like trying to push the hammer, like holding the hammer as much as you can. It kind of also will mess up things for you. As you see, they now finally get into Arch Divines, but it's another minute to actually complete this. So it is quite a long time to get this fractal done. A lot of mess-ups. I really think it was just, it came down to like their initial fight right there at the chest didn't go as planned. They had it down. They had actually the Mesmer actually had to end up dying, and the flow just didn't work well. They couldn't group the ads, couldn't get the charges quickly done in order, and it just prevented them and slowed them down, unfortunately. Stuck with Lars, no mistakes actually. The Thief with the ports there, managing to get their team quickly to the next phases immediately. It was a very, very smooth gameplay from their side.
So the Thief more than made up for the ability that Mesmer can provide. Though I am curious to see if Stuck with Lars, if their comp and execution can match what Stuck in the Mist did yesterday on this fractal. That was really impressive as well. So perhaps we'll see those two teams up against each other in the fractal.
It was two very good teams, if you remember, right? Like it was just one team just had such a good strategy. But yeah, those two teams really had a very good outing on this fractal. And they didn't finish up that far from each other. Like maybe about a minute, just about a minute. But it was actually a pretty good game. Good strategy from both sides.
You can see here that mechanic from the legendary Arch Diviner, where he puts that big orange circle down, right? If you don't dodge it, he'll put you in the little jail cell off on the side. And I think that either the feedback reflects it or he had Aegis. I wasn't sure if Aegis worked to block that, but I saw the block show up on his screen. So today I learned you can Aegis that attack. I always dodge it though because I don't like being put in that jail. So looks like on the Intended Gameplay side, they're running a Weaver, so they don't actually have a Thief or a Mesmer, which might not end up going too well for them.
It's actually quite a delay from campsite. Yeah, there's a huge delay from camp stream. So we're not actually going to see something too close. Like there's a 17-second delay.
Oh, the Reaper Lich form. It's huge. So yeah, you can see Stuck with Lars, they precasted boons on the Mistlock and had the Mesmer port everyone to the first boss. They get there so quickly and finish it. They actually port from the first boss immediately to Amala as well.
Look at that. They're already here clearing Amala, like and yeah, I mean again, there's a huge delay. So it's about like a 20-second delay. So I think we're not gonna really see exact competition sides from both teams. Will be interesting to see though how fast they get there. So they already are at the dialogue part at around like a minute, a little over a minute. Whereas on Intended Gameplay, they at their 1 minute, they're still actually fighting Amala. They actually managed to get her to the wall. Easier to attack from that, and very good of them. But as you can see, like with Intended Gameplay, they are just now about to get into the event, and this is where they get killed. And it's about a minute 15 compared to the minute for stuck with Lars here, so they're already kind of behind on their end with the events.
15 seconds, yeah. So you can see the firebrand is actually the one porting everyone. Oh, he ports them immediately. He tries to get the CC on the boss. He uses the Hammer of Wisdom instead of Sanctuary, which doesn't interrupt her frequently enough or to consistently guarantee that you skip the lightning mechanic. And actually, they get punished for that. They get a downstate here. They had 2 downstates on the Rev and the Soul Beast, but looks like they managed to get those reses. That's going to be a time loss on this boss, actually, and perhaps intended gameplay can take advantage of that and catch up a little bit.
They actually do manage to finally get this done. They're gonna take the Singularity, and it should be good to go now. Actually, they advance Amala immediately. They had 2 minutes and 36 seconds, I believe, when they enter the room. Interesting to see where does intended gameplay's team get in on that. Of course, the purple
screen.
Yeah, so we're gonna just maybe focus that for a bit.
We see the Stuck with Lars firebrand actually loses his Mistlock, and he's quite low here. But he has his Tome 2 up, so he can heal himself. But
they actually wiped and they choose to start again.
They just GG.
Yeah.
I think actually that's intentional. There's like a small role play between when you kill the elite Sandbinder and when the boss spawns. So if you GG after killing the Sandbinder,
you skip it.
You can walk in and immediately hit the boss. Oh, and so something else interesting to note. You guys might be wondering how did they portal after GGing? And the answer to that is because right, the status reset actually deletes open portals whenever it happens. But the answer to that is the status reset only happens after you spawn. So the person who placed the portal can just spawn after everyone else takes it, and then that person who spawns can just walk in at the end. So I imagine for Stuck with Lars, they would just have their Mesmer blink in after everyone else takes the portal.
It looks like, well, they are almost done here, halfway through Amala's phase. I believe next, they already triggered.
Intended gameplay, just GG to spawn the boss as well, I think.
Yeah. They're at 4 minutes when they do that versus the 3:16 was it for roughly Stuck with Lars. So still about a minute almost behind on their end. It looks like they are actually already phased into, should be Grant's side of Amala. So after this, it should be straightforward. To me, in my opinion, this is the most annoying phase of Amala. Like simply because it's just has a lot of.
She just goes full Reaper mode and spins on you. She does the Executioner Scythe and the Soul Spiral, and if you get hit by that, it's just so much damage.
It's just punishing here. Yeah, but now that they're out of it, they should be able to clear it. As you can see, they are actually almost done here. 6 seconds, 5 seconds. They even break. Yeah, they actually will break the bar and then go ahead. Should be okay. You'll see how they pull the ads here. A bit of a pull. Okay, nice pull, nice pull. Not as smooth as they did last time, but actually managed to get it done.
I think the social awkwardness is making it a lot harder to position for the pull. Yep. This fractal didn't have social awkwardness yesterday, so
they actually managed to get it in 5:26. Not bad. Good port as well. You notice how they always have the ports ready to go. Like there's no downtime to wait for the port. Like they're literally popping it as soon as it's required.
Yeah. Oh, actually, so that's interesting. So I think actually the GG after killing the Sandbinder, I'm not sure if that actually speeds up the boss spawning, but for sure what it does is because everyone's used their portals beforehand to port the pre-events, right? So they have their portal on cooldown, right? Because the White Mantle portal has a 30-minute cooldown. So if you the Mistlock only resets your cooldowns by an amount smaller than 30 minutes or whatever the CD is of the portal. So you actually can't get your portal back just from taking the Mistlock. So if you GG and take the Mistlock, though, usually that's enough to get your portal back. And I'd say usually because there's a bug that sometimes you don't get your portal back even if you GG and have the Mistlock. So I think that's what both of these teams are going for. They GG after the Sandbinder to reset all of their portal cooldowns because they take the Mistlock as they run in, and then they take the and then they all GG to get their portal cooldowns back to do the split phases more quickly in this boss.
And as you go, they are finally over, which should be the worst part of the boss. Now, should be easy for them. Of course, they've already lost to Stuck with Lars, so they will actually advance while Untitled gameplay after this go down to the bottom bracket. And they will take on whoever I believe loses in the next match. Blizzard, Ravens, and the other team. We'll take a look at that in the brackets shortly before we load on the next streams. And they should be okay. 10% here. One more CC here to break. Break bar is broken. Last phase. If they could get the smooth pull at least on these ads.
You can see that the Stuck with Lars team was phasing the boss significantly faster as well. They were just doing more damage.
Yeah,
and that makes a pretty big difference. A nice pull coming in from Nintendo gameplay, actually. A very nice pull on that last split phase.
There you go. 751 here for intended gameplay. So they will lose this matchup, unfortunately. But they can still make it up in the bottom bracket. So we'll report the score here. The prediction actually done. Did we finish the prediction?
Yes, so it's done. I'm gonna choose the reward. Stuck with Lars as 1. Complete the prediction.
And 10 seconds soon. TM should be starting.
I like how Skinny does the most random troll shit by looking at through the training post. But when the match is really about to start, he actually goes through his team and checks all of their food and the utility to make sure that they're not going to run out mid-fractal. It's like a very nice team leader thing to do.
Good guy, Skinny. Look at that.
Props to him. Oh, and they're going. Looks like both teams have the Mesmer running forward. So yeah, it looks like the Mesmer's doing the swim with invisibility. Actually, no, the Mesmer did not go forward for the Cute and Funny team.
There's also a slight delay between them, so keep note of the time too. Actually, very smooth port transition there from the Mesmer over at Cute and Funny side.
Oh wow! So Cute and Funny, they had the Mesmer not actually do the console skip. The Mesmer ports up there and prepares the portal for the second room of console. So the Mesmer actually just like pre-ports. Someone else is doing the first console. That's really impressive.
And very beautiful. Actually, both teams really good pulls on these ads, making sure to get them quickly cleaved out as possible.
I wonder here if the Mesmer has 24-second focus pull CD. I think that so there's a trait in the inspiration trait line that reduces your focus pull cooldown, and wonder if he's running that. Let me check. Illusionary correction.
Ooh, the Mesmer actually does go down, but actually manages to rally. Not too bad. They are at about a minute and almost 40 seconds to entering the final boss. So they're actually slightly behind Blizzard Ravens here, as you can see.
But only a little bit. It can be made up for. And yeah, so the Mesmer Focus 4 skill, the Temporal Curtain, there's a 25-second cooldown, but it's reduced to 20 with the trait. And I'm wondering if it's worth taking inspiration just for the faster pulls, right? It's a personal DPS loss, but during that event, your personal DPS really does not matter. The more pulls you have, the better. Because I was noticing on Cute and Funny side, the Mesmer pull was not up in time for some of the ads, so that might have been something worth considering.
If you notice, actually, both teams are literally like a second There's literally a second difference. So yeah, you're right. They
Yeah,
actually
it's
did make
like
up
2 or 3 seconds
that
at
5 second
most. Yeah,
difference. Actually got made up for, and they are now. It's anyone's game at this point.
it is so close. Yeah. Oh, okay. It's gonna come down to who can pull these ads together better. So Q20 gets a nice focus pull there and cleave 2 down instantly. We'll see if Blizzard Ravens can pull that last Far Golem. Who's gonna pull it? I think they have a DH Spear. Yep, but they didn't pull it onto the first one. Oh, this is gonna be close.
Oh, very close. I mean, they've
I think Blizzard Ravens won by about 4 seconds, if I had to guess.
no.
So
Yeah,
3
actually,
o'clock
yeah,
for
4 seconds. Yeah, 4
4
seconds.
seconds. Yeah.
Wow.
Really impressive showing from both teams. That was competitive. Holy.
Yeah, they actually QFI, by the way, was ahead by a second. Like they were behind by 5 seconds in the pre room event, and they made up for it by quickly, like you said, killing off the guards and getting into the main room quickly. But Blizzard Ravens does catch up and just slightly overtakes. It did actually come down to the last golem pull, as you said.
There's any significant difference in the team comps. Looks pretty standard for Blizzard Ravens. They're running a hollow here. So the hollow will probably use this really nice tool belt skill. It's the photon wall, right? Sorry, the hard light arena. The hard light arena has a tool belt skill that pulls ads together in a 360 radius around you if you have more than 50 heat. So that will be a very good source of extra pulling. It's on a pretty low cooldown as well. Whereas the engineer on the cute and funny side is actually running Scrapper. He is their main source of quickness. As you can see, he's got the gyros up.
There you go. Yeah, it comes through and they're already here. Both teams are actually pretty okay, but I see Ravens is actually still again edging out with a couple seconds of maybe about a 7-8 second lead here.
Let's see. So I'm gonna see when the first. That's a little bit hard to see because I'm not sure who's throwing the Firestone, but throwing the Firestone on the first Firestone on the boss is a decent milestone to see. But yeah, it looks like the Ravens are ahead by a tiny bit here, although it's hard to see on the stream because of the stream delay.
Slightly ahead. I believe there's a 4 or 5 second delay here, so not too much, but I mean, of course, it will matter maybe a bit on these fractals. As we can see here, they are again just slowly ahead of them, and it's probably gonna come down to that, right? Because now they have to make up for it. Q and Funny does have to make up for this somehow in the volcanic, in the fire elemental part of the fight, the final part of this fractal. As you can see, they're actually trying to already get the boulders done here. See if they have any success.
So the Ravens actually do the pug strat of waiting for the boss to walk down as opposed to going straight up to him. See, oh, the Ravens are quite a bit. They actually did this event much faster. Not sure how though, because the Q and Bunny haven't even spawned the boss yet.
Yeah,
they need one more infused stone, but I don't know what's the hold up on their side.
Look at the portal actually. Wow, the portal already comes through,
the Ravens actually have all 5 people on the Ravens walk through the lava and just immediately start the boss. They don't wait at all here.
Yep, there's gonna be now a huge difference now, as like you said, they didn't even finish clearing the wall here. It's very unfortunate for them.
Not sure what happened to the cute bunny here, but they do have one person go ahead and prepare the skip, so they do port onto the final boss, but and that will make up a little bit of time, but I don't think it's going to be enough.
It might not be actually. As you can see, they are severely behind here, as there's about 3 minutes 5 seconds for Blizzard Ravens, and they're already under 50% on the boss, whereas at 3 minutes 20 seconds they are just closing in at the 70% mark on Cute and Funny. Not a
you can see the Blizzard Ravens. So there's the puke instability on this fractal, and
They actually handled that very cleanly right there.
And actually, final phase now for them. Not much of a problem. Yeah, they're actually very good on their. Well, maybe not too much there, but actually still no. That's actually pretty decent. They don't even need to break the bar, but they do it anyway, and they cleared it.
I wonder how they're dealing with the projectiles. I think their firebrand might be running Wall of Reflection.
Seems actually pressed
like that.
on the wrong timer stop. But it's, I believe, about 3:43 for the Blizzard Ravens. 3:44. And I actually still have a timer going up here, so should be 4 minutes and 15 seconds. So yeah, 4:15. So not too bad, but like they did go slow down. So but it is a match for the Blizzard Ravens.
Hidden Funny was not that far behind until they just didn't throw the Grawl Stone or something. Perhaps they didn't get as many spawns, but I don't think that's actually a thing. I think
I have
they
more
just missed.
enemies. What are these beeves, man? We'll see how these two teams fare here.
And actually, one of a really important part of this is being able to break the boss quickly, right? She phases 5 times, right? At 80, 60, etc. And the faster you can break that bar, right? The faster you can activate the split phase. So you have to really be quick at breaking that bar in order to do that the final boss as quickly as possible.
Yeah. Yeah, you do have to as well, because some of those phases are brutal.
Looks like we're about to start.
Yep. We are going right now head to head. Quick salt there from social awkwardness doesn't play a big factor in this fractal. Like it does happen in some other fractals, but what about this fractal? Is social awkwardness?
I would say it makes stacking for the first boss a little bit harder, and then it makes doing the split phases on the final boss a little bit more challenging because you have so little room to work with, right? So social awkwardness, the biggest effect of social awkwardness is when there's already like a confined space to work with. So the only like main times where you have like confined space is during the split phases, and perhaps if you're trying to put the boss behind the pillar right here. So it's not that big of a deal. You can see here that Stuck in the Mist is significantly ahead here. They actually managed to save close to 7-8 seconds with the portal onto the first elite Sandbinder. They ported with the Mesmer, whereas We Make You Look Good used the super speed. Sorry, they stealthed onto it with the Thief, and so they fell behind by quite a bit.
Yep. A bit of lag from both teams here on their streams. A little unfortunate. Things are getting a little bit messy here. He's Stuck in the Mist Pro is about 1 minute and 34 seconds. Actually, they're not able to clear Amala. I think they're actually going to GG. Oh no. No, but actually I think
they actually already killed Amala and they respawned.
Oh, okay, they respawned. Okay.
But what happened was yeah, I think there were extra the archers there actually killed them after they respawned. So they don't manage to take the portal from Amala, which is going to be a time loss, but I think they're so far ahead that doesn't matter. Yeah. Although I can't see what's going on the.
Oh, there we go. Okay, so We Make You Look Good now. I think I loaded it good. Looks like they got their FPS back in order. So there we go. They're at actually 2:36, so they are kind of behind here. Actually about 15-ish seconds too as well. As you can see, Stuck in the Mist is pretty much almost okay in this fight. Managed to finally make it through.
Oh
Oh, what are they doing? What are Stuck in the Mist doing?
Yeah, there's just,
Oh, they're just everyone's trying to skip.
but the skip is not working because they're not
What
able
is
to.
going?
And they actually waste time by doing that.
They
Now,
waste a lot of time with it. Yeah, because they were gonna portal, I think, but they. Oh, this is a disaster.
yeah, now because
It's taking them so long to fight the boss. Yeah.
I believe
We Make You Look Good could actually catch up a little bit. I mean, okay, there's such a big delay on the stream too, so I don't. Oh, they're just going for the skip again. Wait. Okay, they full GG finally, and they're going to probably just safely reach the top.
yeah. I mean,
it almost looks like a.
I appreciate
They
the
don't know how to get to the
strategy.
boss.
I appreciate the
Yeah.
strategy, but it's not working. You know, maybe play the safe comp or the safe one. Yeah, they finally reached the boss here. Quite a lot of time loss actually. They wasted like 30 seconds on that. Maybe even more. As you can see, they are still ahead though. Even with that time loss, they were actually still ahead. So yeah, I mean, We Make You Look Good is about 4-ish plus minutes, almost 4 minutes 5 seconds from entering Amala, whereas Stuck in the Mist, even with that entire loss of time, is more or less ahead by the time. I mean, they're literally
about 8 seconds.
Yeah.
But I mean, this difference is not insurmountable. Like, We Make You Look Good could actually win this this map if they get a clean boss kill here.
We've seen both guilds actually kind of both teams actually struggle here a little bit. FaZe is okay over here. We Stuck in the Mist step, bro, so they're okay. We Make You Look Good, a little bit of struggle, I believe. Not working out too well, so they're still behind on the FaZe here. And actually, it's almost okay, but yeah, no, they are definitely behind. It's you can notice that the significant difference is happening. A huge FPS loss though from We Make You Look Good. They are melting on stream. What is that? You don't play that kind of graphics if you can't. Going over to
absolutely.
one of their other players here.
The Ranger stream seems okay.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But the Ranger stream has a much more significant delay, so it's not bad. It evens out actually. And as you can see, yeah, Stuck in the Mist might actually take this. Even with the time loss of trying to do that skip, it just doesn't work out.
Yeah,
for them.
for sure, right? Because Stuck in the Mist, they're about 15 seconds behind on the delay, but they've already finished the Mesmer phase of Amala, whereas We Make You Look Good is still working through the Mesmer phase at 5 minutes 45 seconds. So Stuck in the Mist is going to definitely take this map, unless they like full wipe. But even actually here, if you full wipe, as long as you get to, I think 60%.
Yeah, if you get to like the next phase, it should clear the next phase. So even if you wipe, they don't have to
You
redo.
like a checkpoint.
Yeah, so
Exactly. You like a checkpoint.
something that I actually like about this boss is it does have a checkpoint. It can be annoying to start a model from scratch.
Off.
Yeah, We Make You Look Good struggling actually to smoothly clear ads, and they are going to probably have a full minute and a half maybe before they actually get to clear this boss compared to Stuck in the Mist. Actually done through the worst of it actually. This is the Grant phase, and they're done with the Grant phase, so this is the worst part of it for them. So Stuck in the Mist now should be past the hardest part of this boss and should be easy clear for them here. Actually managing to get the boss towards the corner. A little close there, but they actually managed to keep up their players. Rev almost went down, and the clear should be good to come through.
And you can see here on the Stuck in the Mist side, the break bar, it's getting hard carried by the Mesmer. The Mesmer is doing like almost twice as much as the next highest person to the break bar. You can see their Scourge is actually doing nothing, which is a little bit grief. Scourge has access to a lot of CC, but
they actually cleared that
this
7 minutes 8 seconds here versus where we are here. We Make You Look Good. It's going to take them a while. They are not even 50%, just about getting there, and 7:40 seconds still. So they still have another hot minute 15 seconds. I think that's more or less going to be the accurate here. They managed to clear it. But now is the worst phase, in my opinion. The worst phase of this boss comes up now. Let's see how they handle it. There you go.
Going in. Oh, the Mela raid.
Big
Fuck.
Mela raid. Part of 252 as we continue the Hardstuck Mistlock Madness day 2 chat. We are day 2 here. We will have a winner, a big winner. Let's see who it is. 60,000 gold on the line. There's a lot on the line. There's even real money on the line, like $2,000. Seriously, what kind of tournament is this? Big money. They're actually just about clearing as they are finally done with the Grenth ads here, and should be okay for them. But yeah, it's looking actually closer to 2 minutes, not a minute and 15, what I was predicting. But yeah,
You see the soul beast here is running a frost spirit, which they have a Colony Scourge and then a Thief as the only other power class, or a Thief and the Revenant, I suppose. But the frost spirit's actually getting demolished by the AoE damage and the ads, so it seems like the value from the spirit might not be as much as you would hope, especially because they have to spread out and go do split phases, and he's not pulling the spirit to the split phases, so they're not getting the extra 5% damage on the ads.
and okay, that's the final break bar is done, although they take too long on it. There's actually longer. They should have had it done at around, like, I would say like 8:30, 8:45, and they've lost an extra minute because of the lost the DPS here. So yeah. But Stuck in the Mist will take the first round in this, and again, like, if they don't make the next round, this is an elimination match, so they will be eliminated if they don't make up a comeback in the next round here. 9:45, not great where you want to see it, but let's see if they can make a comeback in the next part of this. Let's roll the wheel towards the next boss or next fractal, let's say.
Yes, so yesterday we saw the Mesmer in this fractal have insane value with the focus pull. It turns out that if you put your focus pull in the middle of the boss hitbox on the chaos anomaly, you can actually pull all of the ads and cleave them all down instantly. And the good thing about that is you can drop your lingering area of effect fields on the boss, and they will cleave out the ads, and they'll still be there to damage the boss once the ads are killed. So you get extra value out of your AoE damage skills, which is a big time save, or a big DPS increase rather, for a team that does that.
And they are off actually right now, and we'll see how well they do that. I mean, I think Stuck in the Mist will be able to do this cleanly. But we've seen them have some solid pulls here. Can't remember if they actually did this in this fractal, but if it hasn't happened, we'll actually check that out now. Managing to quickly clear up the steps here.
This immediately gets a small lead there from having the Mesmer port the group to the first set of ads instead of having the whole group run. So that's going to be a small lead for them.
Yeah, Mesmer actually speeding through and already gets them towards the next boss, the first boss here actually of this fractal. Look at that, a clean transitions actually into this, and in under 50 seconds they're already starting to clear the ads here.
The Mesmer, the Stuck in the Mist does a full GG there after triggering the checkpoint, so that everyone can have cooldowns. It's faster to GG there than to take the Mistlock because you spawn in front of the Mistlock, and you're probably still in combat the first time you pass the Mistlock because you just did the run.
But what make it look good is really behind now. I mean, we're talking like. I wouldn't even just say just slightly. They just started clearing the fight here. Well, I mean, there is a delay, but
sorry, they're just starting to clear the
pre-ads. Yeah. Let's see how they can make it up.
Watch the focus pull from Stuck in the Mist. That was okay. They missed one ad, but they get everything else.
Almost everything else is clean. Yeah. And actually, they should be almost done here. So they already are ready to advance towards the next event. They just need to run through. Actually, see how well they portal up the next part of this. It's quite a run. See how much time they save actually through the forest.
And you can see here the mesmer is actually bringing the mantra of concentration, the stability mantra. So he's providing some utility to his team with the stability, as the ads here can actually knock you back. I'm sure anyone who's on this fractal can tell you that you can sometimes get knocked back for like 3 seconds, and it feels so bad because you just lay there on the ground watching your team.
And look at that, like already getting ahead of here. Really good carry from the, like really handling their part well here.
And you can see the mesmer here makes a beeline for the final portal because the final fire, because he's the fastest. He's using the Mirage sword leaps.
And already at the final boss here, 2 minutes, just under 3 minutes actually.
Such a clean pre-event from Stuck in the Mist.
Very clean. We're over on there, and We Make It Look Good is still going here, trying to... Not many pulls, not very smooth on the ads here. I guess actually a good pull here. Not bad. As I say that, they did manage to get a couple ads pulled here. Although it is maybe not enough, as Stuck in the Mist Step Bro is just really clean here with their transitions. And I think they should be able to get this in, yeah, 3:30 probably.
Oh, and you can see here, so now that the Mirage did not accidentally beat the group by axe 2ing the boss out of the green, the Mirage is top damage by far here. Almost 50k on that boss. It's really good. And We Make You Look Good has just started the last phase of the Chaos Anomaly.
Yeah,
so
but we are actually going to go ahead and get the other... I'm actually going to get the other teams ready, because
perfect.
They will have like another 2 minutes before... Or another, yeah, minute and a half.
Stuck in the Mist and advances, and We Make You Look Good will be eliminated off of that.
So that is done 2-0. We Make It Look Good. Good showing from them in the tournament to step up and actually come into this tournament and try out something. A little unfortunate, hard luck, but we hope to see them in a upcoming tournament in the future. There you go. We are loading up the next teams, chat. SGG and Team Awesome. Well, they just have under 20 seconds remain, and the countdown will begin soon. Let's see how they do. I believe, what are the instabs for this fractal? All right, there we go. They are off here. Let's see how they handle this. Both teams just about starting, and there you go. They choose to actually send over here. Both teams actually choosing to send someone to get the port here. We saw a couple strategies yesterday where the entire team had 2 people go with portals, and like just in case they couldn't get it, they had like a backup. Seems like Team Awesome is good to go. Actually, SGG also gets the port. They're both in the champion rooms at the same time. Pretty fast pace from both teams. Yeah. How well they...
You saw Team Awesome take the portal a little bit earlier, but it's because their portal person opened the portal early, whereas SGG, the portal person opened it a little bit later. So they're actually dead even on starting the boss there. So here we have the Firebrand go down on Team Awesome. He actually got knocked back by the Eden, but he gets a nice rally off. They are okay. They are perfectly fine.
They are okay. Yeah, both teams actually managed to get their champions pretty well stacked up together, so it's not too bad. The puke and stab. So annoying. Like, you just have to throw it away from your teammate. Is that a defeat? Oh, are they... No, actually they advance already. SGG is in the lead here by quite a margin now, as Team Awesome is... kind of lagging up here behind, and as you see, they are almost ready to get and fight old Tom here.
Well, the thief actually does skip directly to old Tom with the shortbow 5 through the floor. think he actually had to do a jump short bow 5 cast or something, which is actually really risky if he does have to do it. But I don't think you have to jump. I think it reaches without. So they get directly to the boss, whereas Team Awesome here is probably going to have to do the run unless the Mesmer does a blink. Oh, okay, the Mesmer is doing the same skip for Team Awesome. So
see if they get it. Yeah, they actually just killed
Uh,
old Tom here, so they should be ready to go on the next boss, the final boss, and they already are advancing the final boss here. Team Awesome just about to get started on old Tom. A little unfortunate here.
I thought the Mesmer was doing a portal skip for them, but they all just chose to run up the ramp anyway.
Yeah,
Curious
they're
about
actually
what that's
struggling
up.
to run up the ramp.
Yeah, they make it up eventually, but SCG is actually
Ooh, a little
already.
off coordination here, and it's gonna cost them because they spent about too long trying to just get over this small hurdle. There might be some miscommunication on their end for it.
And it looks like the Mesmer was trying to do the portal skip, but his team wasn't ready for something. And SCG here is actually on the final phase of the golems already, where all 4 of them are active. You can see the big cleave from the Hollowsmith here. Power classes are very good. You see they all swap the power here for the final boss
Yeah,
because
I actually managed to get this in 3:17, 3 minutes 17 seconds, whereas Team Awesome actually just now about to, not even actually, still a couple more seconds to kill old Tom. Very slow here on the DPS. They already are advancing. They have lost though. The next fractal has to be rolled here for them. I'm wondering if we even let them continue, because it should be another minute.
I think we call it here, yeah, because they have to. They're still a while off. The guard gets the skip it on the first try for sure, but they haven't even started the final boss yet. HG's having a little dance party in the Mistlock area. Let's see what the next fractal will be.
Next fractal, well, while they're completing this, the next fractal roll will be Aether Blade. Should we do this one? We just saw it.
We should. Yeah, I think we should probably do
See if we could
one of
do
the first matches, but I wouldn't mind that reroll.
Twilight Awaits. We already saw this one twice, actually.
I saw this one too.
I think
I think
Aether Blade
the
would have
wheel
been.
is broken.
It's
Yeah.
not broken. It's fine. Maybe
Yeah,
Hardstuck. Uncategorized. Okay, you know what? I think we'll stick with Aether
I think
Blade.
we just go Aether Blade. Yeah, just go
Aether Blade is fine. Aether Blade is fine.
It's everyone thinks it's rigged. Looks like Team Awesome is about to
Just
finish off the golems. Yes. So they finished in 5:15 or so, and about 2 minutes behind SGG. So they had some serious struggles there with the so they started falling behind on the initial 2 golems that they had their firebrand get pushed and knocked down, and that costed them a lot of cleave damage because the melee ad actually walked over to him. They had to re-drag the ad over, so it's a lot of lost DPS uptime on it. And then they had a really big struggle with the port into Old Tom. Right? The SCG ported right onto Old Tom after the 2 bosses, but Team Awesome ran up the ramp and then activated all 3 consoles, and spent a little bit of time figuring out who was going to activate which console. So they lost quite a bit of time there, and eventually ended up 2 minutes behind SCG. If these 2 teams can do the first room skip cleanly and get some big pulls on the gate guards.
And there we go. SGG commences first, going through. Actually, they all choose to go through the bombs with the stealth here, so they're pretty okay as long as it doesn't run out, and they should be okay actually to clear it. If they do clear it in quick ease, actually. Ooh, Team Awesome not having a good time with the bombs here. Actually,
Oh,
not having a
and there's the
stealth
bomb.
actually kind of hurts them here.
Yeah, the stealth is huge. They had the scrapper stealth trio, and I think they blasted the smoke field a bunch of times too. So the thief didn't even have to burn any of his utility slots. Oh, but the thief on SGG actually shortbow fives into one of the tiles and just dies.
Yeah.
That's really bad for them. Oh, they're gonna have to start over.
Yeah, they do actually. Unfortunately, they are.
Wait,
Wait, no,
it's
actually.
almost. Oh no.
No,
They had a
no.
backup plan. The Guardian did the skip. Yeah, so
Yeah,
they did not put all their eggs in one basket. They
Yeah,
had
that's actually
the,
very smart of them.
yes.
Yeah, it would have been detrimental. They would have definitely lost by that point. They're actually already clearing the room here, as you could see. So very smart of them. Actually, like you said, like rely on the Guardian as well to also just in case get it done. That's good planning, making sure like if there was a mistake, there was a backup.
Yeah, that's really good for them. It's a lesson to all the fractal doers out there to never leech the fractal and expect your teammates to do a skip, because sometimes they just short bow five into a tile.
They're literally almost done here. Good.
Getting some good pulls
yeah.
on SCG.
Should be almost done with the out portion of here. On Team Awesome, not doing too well, kind of struggling here with the room actually. Just finally advancing towards the next portion of the map here. They're gonna have to get the consoles cleared up, so they're very behind here. They need to make up for it, and it's almost impossible in this fractal. It's such a quick fractal.
Yeah, SCG is already on the final phase of the gate cards, whereas Team Awesome is still doing the consoles. So SCG actually, so something you can see here is kind of interesting. I noticed this earlier, but I didn't point it out. SCG, the thief POV here, do you guys see the blue shield icon on his bar? That's actually a buff from food, like on kill food. So I think he's running something. He's probably running Dragon's Breath buns, which are probably the best power food you can run here, because there's so many ads that you kill, right? That give you the Dragon's Breath bun proc, which is plus 200 power for 30 seconds on kill. So you can actually see that on the Rev and the Hollow, and even the Firebrand and Reaper. So the Firebrand is probably running the condition damage one, it's the Golden Fried Dumpling, which gives you 200 condition damage on kill. So everyone on SGG is running like a very strong food item for this fractal. Those extra stats make a pretty big difference actually. So it's good on them for running the best food and slot.
Where's the
I don't know if they're running Ritz.
There's the XP 335 here over there. They just got to the room. Oh, Team Awesome is 2 minutes behind, 2.5 maybe at this point. But SGG,
Low for SGG.
they do win. So SGG with a 2-0 win on Team Awesome, and they do advance towards the next portion. Whereas Team Awesome does get eliminated, unfortunately for them here. A little bit of another elimination here. We've seen already We Make You Look Good, and now Team Awesome joins them in getting eliminated. Unfortunate, but we hope to see both teams and of course many more teams in the next tournament. We are moving on towards the next games here as we load up the next games. We got Black Emperor and Mystic Waffle next here. Let me just make sure that they are ready. But I mean, again, big effort to all the teams, you know, big respect. Everyone that, you know, actually signed up to show up for this tournament. It takes a lot to actually compete on some things, you know, things that you would do on your everyday in the game may seem easy, but there are nerves. There are some small jitter nerves that happen when you are in a competitive setting. And so, yeah, big shout out to all the teams that do come out and try and do something new that they haven't been doing before and learn from it, you know? So, again, hope to see
Absolutely.
a lot of these teams up again in another tournament.
Good showing, for sure. Hope they are. Yeah, I hope all the teams that are kind of newer to fractals here got a good experience and see from these more experienced teams the strategies and such, and they can practice and progress further in their own.
Yep.
It's something like that would inspire me to improve a lot once seeing these kinds of teams.